So what I'm going to show you how to do on this one is we're going to do a pyramid, then a cone, and then a cylinder. And so like I showed you for a 2-point perspective, you know, you'll have to draw a cube or a box and then put a pyramid in it, and then somewhere else draw another box and put a cone in it, and then somewhere else again draw a box and then put a cylinder in it. So I'm going to show all 3 of them in here, and I'm just doing it just for the video, for the demo, because again, all the steps are very similar. So if you see me draw it on the same one, it actually, I think makes it easier when you have to do your 3. So you'll see me draw a pyramid and then a race, and then a cone and then a race, and then a cylinder and a race. And so you can't do that. You have to, you know, put a pyramid somewhere, or a cone somewhere, and then a cylinder somewhere else. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so if I make a pyramid, and then let's say I want the peak, I want it up here somewhere on that very top plane. The idea is that you're centering it in that top plane of the box, because you know what you're doing is you're centering the pyramid in the cube or the box, and then what you end up doing is when you outline the pyramid with marker, or would technically erase the box. If you were doing this on your own for your own sake, then that pyramid would end up being in perspective. So if you saw what I did, I crisscrossed the corner. So there's a corner, I made an X, by making these both, that's the exact center. So that is the peak where the pyramid goes. Okay, and so then again, that bottom plane, there's 4 corners. And so what ends up happening is I connect that peak to all 4 corners. And then there's my pyramid, okay? And so I get asked sometimes, like, what's the difference between a pyramid and a cone? Which is funny. It's not really it's not a bad question, because sometimes you don't think about it. A pyramid has a flat base, it's more squarish, okay? And so a cone has the round base. Okay, so this is where you'll find that these steps, once you draw the box, and you draw the box in 3-point perspective, when you're doing a pyramid or a cone, once you've got the box on there, you're more or less just doing what you did in 2-point. Okay, so I crisscrossed the corners, I made an X. I'm gonna have the peak of the cone be up there. So just to help me draw my ellipse, and again, like I said, there's a long way where you can put more, you can divide this up even more, and it's been a while since I did it, so I don't even know how easily I had to remember. But then, it really breaks this down really simply for you. But I usually just kind of do this, where I make the X, and then now I made that plus sign by lining this this up with a vanishing point there, drew my line. I lined this up with a vanishing point over here, drew my line, and I got the plus. So then the little spots I sort of circled very lightly, that's where the ellipse will actually touch. And so then what I'm doing is I'm essentially drawing like a quarter of a circle or a quarter of an ellipse. Is really what it is, because whenever it's in perspective, that's when we tend to call it an ellipse. Again, you still sort of have to eyeball the shape and get that curve to gradually go, but it tends to work out just fine. Okay, so there for a cone, I have the little peak, or the little center point right here. Again, that's the exact center of that top plane, so that's where the point's gonna go. And then I line that up with the widest spot on that ellipse on the bottom, and there's my cone. And sometimes that looks crooked, it's because it is crooked. It's in perspective. You're seeing it in 3-point. So in 3-point, it's not going to be straight up and down. Remember, it's at an angle. Okay, so that was the cone. So do the cylinder, the same steps you did on here. You have to go to the top. I make an X. There's the exact center. Then I line up the exact center with the vanishing point on the right side. I draw my line, and then I line up that exact center with the vanishing point on the left. And so it gives me that little plus sign, which is gonna look like a weird plus sign because it's really in perspective, and especially where I'm at here, I'm so close to the horizon line that this is really flat, where this is more open down here. Okay. And so same thing, let's draw this ellipse. a bit of a quarter curve at a time. That one's really, really flat and hard to see. Okay, and then like that. And really, you'll notice this shouldn't be that much different of an angle. I mean, it's gonna be a different angle, but it shouldn't be like that much different of an angle when you line up the two sides. And then this one, same thing, like it shouldn't be that much different. So that's where I kind of probably need to extend that ellipse out a little bit. Yeah, because really all three should sort of line up. Where this goes, so the very edge of that and the edge of that should go to the vanishing point down here. So I think I kind of need to redraw that one down there. Yeah. Ruler move, there we go. So really this one should probably come in a little more like that. There we go. Okay. So that's how you can tell, again, it shouldn't be too dramatic of a change. And again, then I'm going to outline my cylinder. You'll have to draw a pyramid and a cone and then outline them in marker. So you're just outlining the shape, not the cube or the box that it's in. And again, go slower than I'm going here. I'm drawing this way too fast. I'm trying to just get that. Yeah, that was terrible. There we go. I'm trying to get this video to be a little bit shorter here. So these curves should be a little smoother or better, but that's the steps to draw a pyramid, a cone, and a cylinder in 3-point perspective. Again, remember for your assignment, put a pyramid in perspective somewhere, a cone, and then a cylinder. You'll have to do all three separate. And that's it.